Hi guys, and welcome back to Miyuki Crochet. As promised, today I have a tutorial on how to crochet a bikini bottom. This is my #1 requested video, so I hope you enjoy. Just a quick note for this video, every time you reach the end of the row, you're going to chain 1 and turn. For this project you will need yarn. I'm using a Bernat Handicrafter cotton, medium weight, a 3.75mm hook, yarn needle, and thread and needle. You're going to make a slip knot, and you're going to chain 54. And 54 will give you a small bikini size. If you want a larger size, you're just going to add stitches. So what you're going to do is you're going to make your chain, you're going to put it against your back, your lower back where you would want your bikini bottom to start. You're going to chain until you have your desired coverage, keeping in mind that we will be doing a decrease, so it's going to start as a long chain and it's going to decrease this way. And I'll show you midway how to make the adjustment if you've added stitches. So chain 54. After you chain 54, you're going to single crochet until the end of your row. For the next row, we're going to start doing our decrease. This is to create the nice shape at the beginning to give it that triangle look. So now what you're going to do is, of course, you're going to do your chain 1 at the end of your row. And you're going to do your first decrease. This will be true for all the decreases unless specified. The chain 1 does not count as your first stitch. For your first decrease, you're going to insert your hook in the first stitch closest to your hook, yarn over. You're going to insert your hook in the next one, yarn over. Now you have 3 on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. We're going to do another decrease right beside, so insert your hook, yarn over. You have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through. Now you have 3 loops, yarn over, pull through all 3. You're going to single crochet into the last 4 stitches of this row. In the last 4 stitches, you're going to do your 2 decreases. So insert your hook, yarn over, you have 2, insert your hook in the next stitch, yarn over, you have 3, yarn over, pull through. Same thing for the last one. Chain 1. Turn your work around. Now we're going to decrease 1. So insert your hook, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 3. Single crochet until the last 2 stitches and do a decrease in the last 2 stitches. When you get to the last 2 stitches, you're going to do your decrease. Chain 1. Turn your work around. For the next 3 rows, you're going to single crochet. So single crochet at the end of your work, you're going to chain 1, turn. You're going to do that 3 times total. Alright, so meet me back when you're done. Once you've done your chain 1, turn your work around, and now we're going to do a decrease. Our decrease as usual, insert your hook, yarn over, insert your hook in the next one, yarn over, pull through all 3. You're going to single crochet into the last stitch, and you're going to do a decrease as well. When you get to your last 2 stitches, you're going to do your decrease. Insert your hook, yarn over, insert your hook in the next stitch, yarn over, pull through all 3. Chain 1 and turn, as we always do. For this row, we're just going to single crochet until the end of the row. Do your chain 1, turn your work around, and now what we're going to do is we're going to single crochet 15. After you've done 15 in your 16th stitch, you're going to work 2 single crochets in the same chain space. Right? And then just single crochet 15 more and do the same thing. We're going to do 2 single crochets in the same chain space, and then single crochet until the end of your row. So now what we're going to do is we're going to repeat the last row we just did, so meet me when you're done. And for the next 2 rows, we're just going to single crochet. So meet me back. If you chain more than 54, here's a good time now to do the sufficient decreases, because soon we'll be getting to the crotch area and we'll be required to have a lot less stitches. So what we're going to do first is we're going to work a decrease at the beginning and the end of our rows. So turn your work around, do your decrease. This decrease you can do in the second chain from the hook. Do your decrease, single crochet until your last 2 stitches. In the last 2 stitches, you're going to do your decrease, chain 1, and then for the next row, you're going to single crochet. You're going to repeat these 2 rows 3 more times, so a total of 6 rows altogether. If you chain more than 54 stitches at the beginning, you're going to repeat the decrease and single crochet row a few more times. After you've done your decrease at the beginning and end of your row and single crochet, you've done that for a total of 3 times. Now what we're going to do is another decrease, but we're not going to follow it with the single crochet. Not in the first stitch closest to your hook, the one right beside it. So do a decrease at the beginning and the end of your row. Alright, meet me when you're at the last stitch. In the last 2 stitches, you're going to do your decrease, chain 1, turn, and now what we're going to do is we're going to start doing a decrease in the center. So what we're going to do is we're going to single crochet 15 and then do a decrease. Alright, so always in the second stitch from your hook, do 15 single crochet and then do 1 decrease. Do your decrease and then single crochet until the end of your row. Don't forget to give a little tug like this, stretch it out. I always take the corners like this to stretch out because you want this part to be it's the largest part, so you could just stretch out with your fingers to make sure your work is looking nice. Just adjust it with your fingers by pulling. This is a good note when you're crocheting. Sometimes your work just needs a little help from you, just a little squeeze. For the next 2 rows, we're going to work a decrease in the beginning and end. Alright, so you've already done your chain 1, you're going to turn your work around. You're going to do your decrease in the second stitch from your hook. And then you're going to single crochet and you're going to do the same thing at the end. And you're going to repeat this row for the next one as well. Alright, so meet me back. You can see that your work is starting to shape up like a bikini bottom. And now what we're going to do, we're going to do a decrease at the beginning and end of our row, but we're also going to add a decrease in the center. So we're going to calculate, we're going to do our decrease, single crochet 15, decrease, and single crochet to the end of the row, decrease at the end. We're going to do this for a total of 5 times. Alright, so again in the second stitch from your hook, do your decrease, single crochet 15, do a decrease, do a decrease in your last, chain 1, turn, and you're going to repeat this step for 4 more rows, so a total of 5. Alright, so meet me back when you're done. So after you've done that, your project looks something like this. You'll notice it's slightly curving up. Don't worry about that. We appreciate that once we get to the end of the project because it's going to hug you a little bit better. So what we're going to do now is you've already done your chain 1. You're going to turn your work around as we always do. And you're going to do single crochet in every stitch till the end of your row. Don't forget that you're going to be doing the single crochet in the second stitch closest to your hook. Alright, so single crochet. Chain 1, turn your work around, and now we're going to do a decrease. So the decrease will be at the beginning and the end in the second stitch from your hook. Do your decrease, single crochet into the last 2 stitches, and then work also a decrease in the last one. Chain 1, turn your work around. It's starting to look like this, just so you have a reference point. For the next 9 rows, we're going to do single crochet. Don't forget that we're going to single crochet in the second stitch from your hook. After you've done your 9 rows of single crochet, you have a decrease and looks something like this. Again, take your fingers, stretch it out a bit, and alright. So if you are using the same yarn as me, you're probably running out of yarn, so I'll show you how to attach. Do your decrease, single crochet. You're going to repeat this step for the next 3 rows. Alright, so I'm going to show you how to attach your yarn. What you're going to do is take the piece of yarn like this, put it like this, put them together, parallel, and then single crochet as normal, just with the 2 strings attached. And then just tuck that tail in. Later on we're going to sew that in so you don't have to worry about it. Alright, and then just keep doing what you're doing. After you've done that, your project looks something like this. Now we're going to do decrease the beginning and the end of our rows. Alright, so it looks something like this as of now. We're going to start working on the crotch part. So single crochet, chain 1, turn, single crochet, turn, so after you've done that for about 10 more rows, it looks something like this. Again, take your fingers, stretch it out a little, and don't worry about this part, we're going to go over it at the end. It's a bit, Alright, so we're going to chain 2. You're going to single crochet in this space right here. So not the one right here, but the one right here. We're doing our increases now. This is to create the front. So you're also going to single crochet here, where we haven't really been in the project, but now we want to increase, so we're going to do that. And then you just single crochet along. Make sure you get in every stitch. When you get to the end, you're going to chain 2 again. And you're going to as well single crochet in the space here. You can turn your work around. Okay. Keep doing that. And you're going to do that for about 20 rows total. So basically you're creating the front right now. And I work my bikini bottoms as one piece. You could do it as 2 as well. So as you can see, we're starting to get our triangle going upwards. So we're going to do this for 20 rows. So meet me back. So what we're going to do now is work on the border of our piece. And just a reminder, you could do any stitch you want on the border, but try not to make it too wide because the crotch area here will make a weird shape. That's not very flattering when you wear it. So what I'm going to do is continue in the theme of the single crochet. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to chain 1. And I'm going to single crochet along. So we're not going to go where we normally were back and forth. We're going to go all around our project. So try to grab in every stitch. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult. Just wiggle around. Alright, so you're going to do that until you get back to where you started. You'll be single crocheting along here. When you get to your corner, in every corner you're going to chain 1. and then keep going. Just gives a nicer edge. Alright, so you're going to do the same thing in all the corners. Once you've single crocheted all along the border, you're going to chain 1 and slip stitch. Alright, and pull your yarn. You're going to get your scissors, cut, pull your yarn through. So your project looks like this. And now we're going to attach the straps. For the straps, we want to have a bit thicker so it's a bit sturdier. So what I'm going to do, and what I always do, is I grab my yarn, and you can either use 2 balls of yarn or you could do what I'm doing now. So I'm grabbing the beginning and the end of the yarn like this, so the 2 cut-off points, and I make a little loop like so. I take my crochet hook in the corner here. I insert my hook with the little loop that I've made. I grab my fingers like this. I pull those 2 pieces through, and then I grab the little tail and then I pull it through again. And then I pull. And I grab my hook and I chain. You can make your straps as long as you want. It's up to you. As long as they're a little bit long enough so you can tie them, it's up to you. Once you've done all your straps, you're going to take the ends like this and tie a little secure knot like that. And you can do what you want here. You could add a tassel, you could cut it long or short. I like it just a little bit like that. Keeps it nice and clean. And you do that for every strap. Alright, now what we're going to do is weave in all of our ends. So anywhere that you have a tail hanging around, you're going to weave in. Take your yarn needle and weave in all your ends. After you're done weaving in all your ends, go back with a thread and needle and just secure it.
Thank you so much for watching today's tutorial on how to crochet a bikini bottom. If you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below if you'd like to see me do other videos like this one. As always, keep toasty!